Oh, sorry everybody, I kind of forgot that Naruto was coming out. I kind of watched the last episode, but I forgot to review it. So I'm going to pool them both together for this spectacular review, because sometimes I just feel like doing that for Naruto. So, 8:45. What is 8:45 at 5? If I can sum that up, because that actually plays a major part in this episode, 8:46. 8:45, for a good chunk of that was, well, essentially it was, hey, Sasuke knows the one person who might know who's doing this, and it's Orochimaru. And of course they run into our favorite wood ninja all over again, Yamato. And what is Yamato doing? He's looking over Orochimaru, and they're, well now Orochimaru, he's left up to his devices, but now they have to keep an eye on him. Like, there's always somebody out there who has to be watching him at every single turn. So that's something that he pretty much agreed to, you know. And that's basically like what the second, or at least like a good chunk of 8:45 was mostly them talking about like who this like elaborate motherfucker over there, like, who fucking collects KKK Genkais, like what did it say, like who he is. He's practically a guy who doesn't want anybody to know his business. And again, he's the same as how Orochimaru was. And also is that when you think of evil people, he is on the scale of evil. I mean, again, Orochimaru, he's just somebody that you really got to be cautious around. If anything, he's mostly a scientist, but again, you look at this other dude and he's like, well, he's a fucking collector, and he's kind of, you know, fucked up in a sense. The more interesting part of this, as now I'm bleeding into 8:46, is that where the last episode kind of ended with them saying that the only way for them to get his attention is that you need to have, or at least like Sasuke needs to participate in this weird ass Kekkei Genkai battle, you know. And that's pretty much like what he does until a specific somebody comes up, and then they use their abilities to sort of interrupt the fight. And right around that part, for some reason, I kept thinking about like the very first episode that kind of started all this, and for some reason it just kept resonating in my head that I believe that the two people who are kind of walking around with Sasuke at the moment are pretty much the culprits of this. And, you know, spoiler alert, or at the very least kind of jump right to the end, well, at the very least one of them are. And it seems though that it could be somebody else as well, given, say give her with the preview as well. So most likely it could just be both of them who have been traveling with Sasuke and just trying to see how far he can necessarily get, you know. I will be fair though, it's like, for this to be a Sasuke story, it's actually doing it's doing a good job of actually kind of showing him necessarily with a very different mindset from how he was prior to him getting to this point. Because again, Shippuden actually did show a good chunk of Sasuke like with his brand new group and by himself, and he kind of still sort of had that arrogant personality of him not necessarily caring about the next man and shit. This one, he's kind of showing a little bit more care and a little bit more concern about his comrades, the people who are around him, and he's willing to sacrifice things like put himself in harm's way for other people that he can grow to care about, you know. So that's kind of cool for him, or at least like that's a very distinct character change from how he used to be. Also on top of that as well, we also kind of get to see like a pretty cool outlook as to like this mystery man and shit. I can't pronounce his fucking name because I kind of forget it, but I don't want to go back and look. But pretty much he looks like a hippie, and again he cares about his Kekkei Genkais to the point as that he openly admits that he would kill off people of that clan just to make it way more rare. And I don't know if that's any better than pretty much the people over there who go out and then they do all these fucked up things, or at least like that they they persecute them, and then they don't want to be around them. I wonder if that's as bad as, well, I wonder his methods are as bad as that. If anything, well, me personally, see, I can argue that it's worse, but you know, that's kind of just my outlook on it. But as far as I know, though, is that Sasuke, he does figure out who is doing all this evil shit, and pretty much he meets the real face of the man that he's looking for. So that is interesting. But until then, though, that is what I gotta say about that. I'll see you on the next John Grave Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out. Yo, internet, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Recap Corner. Twin Star Exorcists this week, we finally get to see them jump right back into teamwork, and it's actually kind of crazy how that their teamwork actually kind of grows into something beyond what you would have normally expected from this team. If anything, they're actually kind of showing a little bit more of like that little shining spark that actually came up a little bit before the time skip, where that Rokuro and Minio, they kind of put their differences aside and that actually became a team. You actually kind of see that happen again this